I'm going to do part 2 now of why essential oils are essential. Are we missing something? In part 1, please watch part 1, otherwise you'll miss the foundation. I mentioned music frequency, oxygen therapy, colour therapy, all those sorts of therapies, sesquiterpenes, monoterpenes, all in the genuine oils. And that you cannot get a lot of those things in normal supplements. And especially, in food that's grown in soil, nutrient deficient soils. So please watch part 1 and please watch most of my other videos because it's all connected, and share them. So part 2, what I want to talk about is key chemical components in the essential oils that mostly we're missing, either in the diet or in the plant herbs we take or normal supplements. So we have 2 distinct groups of like hydrocarbons. Now carbon's important for the soil. When you put carbon in the soil, the plants look better and they produce more fruit. And the cells need carbon. And remember, trees turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. So hydrocarbons, these are in the essential oils. Sesquiterpenes, monoterpenes, diterpenes. That's what's in there. More about them in a minute. And then you've got the second group, which is the oxygenated compounds, like esters, aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, phenols, oxides. And you might say, alcohols. Alcohol must be good. No, I'm talking about healing alcohols in plant-based oils. I'm not talking about the alcohol you drink. That does more damage than good. So what do these things do? Terpenes actually inhibit the accumulation of toxins and help discharge existing toxins from the liver and kidneys. Now this is very, very important because I've done a few videos on detoxing, emotional detoxing, normal detoxing, safe detoxing. Go and have a look at those videos as well, because if people 5,000 years ago used these oils in Bible times, which they did, and that was their main medicines, and they didn't have any toxins around, how much more do we need them? What do we have? We have radiation, we have EMFs, we have dirty electricity, we have toxins we use on our skin, we have toxins we use for cleaning, we have motor vehicles, we have TVs, we have all sorts of toxins coming in and attacking our cells. We all need to detox, whether we think we're healthy or not. We need to get those chemicals out, otherwise the cells don't function correctly. And these terpenes help detox I'm not going to go into detox again because I've done the video, but there's detoxing and there's detoxing. You can cleanse, but that's not a detox. We need to get the toxins out of the body, not just out of the fat cells. So remember, toxins are fat soluble, so they hang around in the fat cells, and 90% of the brain and the cell membrane are fat. But we need to get them out of the fat, but then we need to get them out of the blood. Okay? So cleansing alone doesn't do that, but these oils get right in at a cellular level and detox or take these toxins out of the body. They discharge the existing toxins, and they actually stop the accumulation of toxins, because we accumulate toxins every minute. Excuse me. Every minute we're accumulating toxins. And I've seen some amazing results using these proper oils. Now, I'm not talking about synthetic oils that are perfumes, because there's a lot of oils out there and they all say they're pure, and if they haven't got all these constituents in them, if there's one or two missing, then they're unbalanced. Okay, very, very important. Now, also, sesquiterpenes work as a liver and gland stimulant. So you've got, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, all these hormonal glands, and glands in the brain and liver, that they stimulate these. So we need to detox properly. We need to stimulate the liver, because here we are trying to clean the body out, and we're not working on the liver sometimes, and the other glands, or even the cell itself, because there's organelles inside the cell that do the detoxing as well. So we've got to get inside the cell. And see, some of them contain cariphyllene. I can't even pronounce some of these words, but just to give you an idea, I'm not going to name all of them because there's hundreds of molecules in these oils. And valencine. So a lot of this research is well, it's all over the place. It's in I've gone blank. PubMed, but a lot of this research is from the University of Berlin, and German universities, they're pretty advanced. Now, it shows increased oxygen also with sesquiterpenes, increases oxygen around the pineal. I've done a video on the pineal. Go and have a look at it, because I can't go through them all again. The pineal and the pituitary, and I've done 3 stress videos on stress, and 3, another one on emotional detoxing, and I talk about the pineal and the pituitary, because they're the seat of the spiritual and emotional centers of the brain, and they produce stress hormones, and pineal produces melatonin and serotonin, the good hormones. So very important to stimulate those hormones or glands as well. So the sesquiterpenes have the ability to surpass the blood-brain barrier, or get into the brain. Other sesquiterpenes like Xulene and farnesol, found in chamomile, tansy, yarrow oils as well. You don't have to remember all these names. I mean, I can't even pronounce them, but just to give you an idea how many, look, there's 4 to 1,200 molecules in every oil, in different oils. So I'm not going to name all of them. We'll be here all day. But just to give you an idea what some of them do. Many oils contain sesquiterpene, like cedarwood, spikenard, myrrh, sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli. In fact, most of the oils contain sesquiterpenes. Now, monoterpenes offers a variety of healing properties. They reprogram, this is important, reprogram misinformation of cellular memory and DNA. Now, when we have childhood issues, and all of us have had some negative emotion, But even if we haven't, you've got the birth. The birth is very traumatic. From hospitals, the way they pull you out and all that sort of thing. I know they do their best, but it's traumatic for a baby. And and we have these negative cellular memory in the DNA. So what the monoterpenes is reprograms that miswritten cellular memory. And some of us have had childhood trauma, so we need to reprogram that. It's not going to fix itself, and these monoterpenes help do that. So improper coding in cellular memory causes malfunction and disease and illness. So most of the diseases we are seeing are coming from either childhood issues or emotional toxicity. Yes, there's lifestyle issues, we know that. There's chemicals, there's wrong diets, there's lack of exercise, lack of hydration, etc. But 90% of it is coming from the emotional side. So we need to delete the miswritten information and reprogram it, and that's amazing. That's what counsellors try and do, but it takes years. With oils, it could be a shortcut. I'm not saying that we're going to heal disease. I'm just telling you what the University of Berlin has said about monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes. Okay, so monoterpenes are also in grapefruit, angelica, frankincense, cypress, pine, peppermint, rose of Sharon, hyssop, myrtle, spikenard, a whole lot of other oils. Okay, it's in a lot of oils. Frankincense, it's in frankincense. Did I mention frankincense? One of the major Bible oils. Now, limone is also another property. Strong healing properties found in 90% of citrus oils. Now, citrus oils are awesome because they're taken it's not like having lemon juice, it's taken from the rind, okay? And there's some powerful healing properties in those. We have lemon, lime or orange oils in our water every day. That's the part of our life. So another property is pinene. Has strong healing properties found in pine oil, fir, spruce, juniper. Other terpenes are camphene, cadonine, cedrine, sorry, I can't even pronounce them. Dipenine, philendrine, terpenine, micrine. So there's a whole lot of them. Like I said, you don't have to remember all these. And then we got esters. Esters are very common in oils. They have a calming and relaxing effect. Now, linaloyl acetate is found in bergamot, clary sage, lavender. Awesome oils, especially lavender. Dr. Young says Young Living lavender is grown in a soil at a brix reading of 24. Now, if you don't understand what that means, go and watch my soil article and supplement article, or not article, video, and I explain what that means, because I've never heard of anyone growing lavender or any supplement in soil that high in nutrition. It's very high. And by the way, Young Living Clary Sage is the highest in musical notes, 900 musical notes. Now I'm saying Young Living. If you get a clary sage from somewhere else, you want to ask them how many musical notes in there. They'll probably say 10 or 20. So we need all the musical notes. That's why these are essential. Other esters are bernyl acetate, eugenol acetate, lavanyl acetate. They have a profound calming effect when inhaled. So some of these oils are great inhaled through a diffuser because there's a receptor right there that takes the molecules into the brain. And they have a positive effect on the central nervous system. Okay, so citral is very common also and has a distinctive cleaning action. So you'll find Young Living have a cleaning range, and a lot of the oils like Thieves, you've probably heard of Thieves, very good cleaning. Thieves and lemon, stuff like that, very good cleaning actions. Citronellol is common in common lemon scent, along with citrol and nerol. Citronellol found in oils of melissa, lemon, lemongrass, mandarin, citronella. Then you got aldehydes, also found in lavender, myrrh. Other aldehydes, benzaldehyde, cinnamic aldehyde, cuminic, and perilla aldehydes. Okay, just to give you an idea. It gets better, so just hang in there. I mean, some of this is boring, I know, but I got to just name a few of the main constituents. Now, then you got ketones. Now, ketones can be toxic when isolated. This is why these are so essential, because they're not isolated. When you put all the molecules together and all the molecules are present in the plant or in the oil, then they have healing properties. When some molecules are missing or musical notes are missing, then they can be toxic. That's why I say beware when you're buying oils. You've got to ask questions. So they're toxic when isolated, but these tests were done in a lab on guinea pigs and rats, so not on humans. But what they found, ketones stimulate cell regeneration, so they're really good. So we want our cells to be regenerated. And they promote tissue formation, so they can form tissue, and that's what we want. Our tissue is breaking down every day. We want to reform that tissue. And they liquefy mucus, so helpful in conditions such as asthma, cold, flu, dry cough, upper respiratory conditions. So oils containing ketones are clary sage, hyssop, rosemary, sage, western red cedar. Jasmine is in jasmine. Fenchone is in fennel. They're both non-toxic. So alcohols, again, I don't mean the alcohol we drink, because that's very toxic. That's fermented sugars and fermented fungus. But these alcohols are healing alcohols. They create an uplifting quality. They're non-toxic. Terpene alcohols stimulate immune system. They're a general tonic and they're a diuretic. Linalool oil helps relieve discomfort. It's in lavender. Lavender is a great oil. By the way, lavender, Young Living lavender has 300 musical notes. Okay, highest of any on the planet. Okay, citronellol is in rose, lemon, eucalyptus, geranium, etc. in a few oils. Geraniol is in geranium and palmarosa. Farnesol is in chamomile and helps in mucus as well, the effects of mucus. Other terpene alcohols are barniol, menthol, nerol, terpenol. Then you've got sesquiterpene alcohols, ulcer protective and preventative. So sesquiterpene alcohols, the alcoholic alcohol that we drink doesn't help ulcers at all. It actually makes them worse. But the alcohol in oils is actually ulcer preventive and protective. So bisabol is the strongest sesquiterpene alcohol found in chamomile. It's a fixative. Okay, we're getting there. Just hang in there, please. It gets good here because we need to realise what these things do. Phenols is the fragrance of the oil. It's strongly stimulating and at high levels of oxygen. Now, oxygen is, without oxygen, nothing survives. So this is why these oils are the highest oxygen molecule content on the planet. High levels of oxygen molecules, high antioxidant. They're the highest antioxidant molecules as well. Cleans receptor sites, so sesquiterpenes can delete faulty cell info. Remember we were talking about misinformation before? Well, the phenols, you probably wonder why a lot of times we have supplements and they're not working. Maybe because we're not using these constituents in the oils to clean the receptor. When you clean receptors, it's like a gate. It opens up and allows molecules to go in the cell. And that's why if they're dirty from all the chemicals we use in our house, on our skin, etc., and EMFs from mobile phones, supplements or nutrients don't go in, so they're wasted. So we need to clean the receptor sites, and this is what the phenols do, and that allows the sesquiterpenes to delete that bad information that has been put there from our childhood or from our birth. I mean, you tell me a supplement that does that. That's amazing. I'm very impressed with these, and I'm blessed to have been using these. Also, phenols are in anise, clove, basil, oregano, thyme, calamus, cinnamon, eugenols in clove, cinnamon. Now, by the way, clove, Young Living clove oil is the highest antioxidant oil, powerful oil, the highest ORAC value. I think it's about 1 million ORAC value. So thymol's in thyme. Okay, what else we got? We're nearly there. Carvacrol is in oregano and savoury. Others in the phenol family are methyl eugenol, methyl carvacrol, mistricin apiol. I'm sure this is not English. Then you got oxides, the compound elements that contain oxygen. So, you know, when you think about it, how many medicines you take contain oxygen? Unless it's a liquid. So these are very high oxygen content. Cineol in eucalyptus, important element, expectorant, It's a main element in eucalyptus oil, in rosemary, cinnamon, melissa, or ravensara. I might miss some of these. It's just the names that. I'll just get on to the real important part. All pure oils contain healing properties. Berlin University. Increasing production of white blood cells, helping fight infectious illness. Now, the research says consistent use of these oils, pure oils, equals higher resistance to illness, cold, flu, etc. Than those who don't use them. And there's a 70% higher rate of resistance to disease or to illness. Okay, so this is important. That's with constant use. We're talking about every day. So this is really important too. The research says that they're heterogenic. They have a heterogenic effect, which means the same oil can has many diverse effects on the body, positive effects. So a single oil can play many different therapeutic roles. Now, this is so opposite to synthetic drugs or synthetic oils or synthetic, whatever you want to call them, because they have a single action, okay? Now, I spoke to a pharmacist and he said they take, for, a drug, they take one molecule out of a plant and it has a single action. And if that action doesn't balance the whole body, okay, that's important. But these oils have many different actions, so they're working on more than one part of the body. This is why they're essential as well. So what they do is they preserve the natural balance or homeostasis of the body. So in other words, if you have 400 to 800 molecules, 400 to 1200 molecules in an oil, it can be working on the whole body as a whole and different parts at the same time. So if one molecule is too strong, right, in an oil, there's another molecule comes along and neutralizes that. And depending what the body needs, so this is a good thing about these pure oils, is they know what to do and when to do it. They don't overstimulate and they don't understimulate. So example, if you have a stimulating molecule and the body doesn't need that, the calming molecule comes in and overtakes that to suit what the body needs at the same time. So it tunes it up. So this is the smart thing about oils, is they only go where they're needed and they only do the action or provide the action needed in the body. So if a part of the body doesn't need any therapies, they just bypass it. Brilliant. They have common sense. So this makes pure oils very safe, and that's a stark contrast to synthetic chemicals because they interrupt the body homeostasis, and they're forcing an action on the body, right? You don't want to force the body to do anything because the body knows what to do. You don't want to force it to do something else. But what synthetic chemicals do is they force an action based on the chemicals the chemical makeup, not what the body needs. Now that's a vital information right there from Berlin University. So it is possible to duplicate these chemical constituents in a lab and have them smell like essential oils, but, so there's a lot of pretend oils out there and there's a lot of pretend therapies out there, but scientists are yet to duplicate true therapeutic effects of the true therapeutic grade essential oils. So they can duplicate the smell and the oil and the molecules, but they can't duplicate the therapeutic effect. That's exactly the same what I say when I did the supplement video, that the body makes certain chemicals and you've got to allow the body to do that by building up the body, not to give it that particular chemical all the time, because the body will stop making it. So I hope that's helped you realise that these oils are very essential, and if you want to try them, we can get you a wholesale account, and that will support me because I'm doing these free. So any support would help, and if you've got any questions on how to use them, etc., please drop me a line. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.